There is a moment most people recognize immediately. You're misunderstood, criticized, or confronted with something that feels unfair. Your body reacts before your mind has time to catch up. Your fingers tense, and a response is already forming. Not because that response is certainly right, but because waiting even a few more seconds feels unbearable. We often call that moment decisiveness. But more often than not, it's simply discomfort looking for a way out. The nervous system wants the unease to end as quickly as possible, and words become the fastest exit. This doesn't make people bad. It just reveals a very human limit. What's interesting is that this very human reaction doesn't belong only to the crowd. When he was young, Abraham Lincoln believed that being right was enough. If someone was wrong, he pointed it out. If an idea felt foolish, he mocked it. He trusted that truth, spoken plainly, would take care of the rest. At one point, Lincoln wrote satirical letters under a pen name and published them in newspapers. The arguments were sharp, the tone clever, and readers found them amusing. But the man being targeted didn't laugh, because what was struck wasn't an idea, but his dignity. The exchange escalated into a dual challenge, where words nearly ended in real violence. That was when Lincoln finally paused, not because he realized he was wrong, but because he saw something else. A statement that is correct, when spoken for the sake of release, can carry consequences far beyond what the speaker intends. And the real cost doesn't appear in logic, but in relationships that fracture afterward. That experience didn't make Lincoln gentler overnight. It didn't stop him from criticizing others, but it left behind an uncomfortable doubt. Was his quick reaction serving clarity, or merely silencing the discomfort inside him? That doubt stayed. Years later, during the Civil War, the same feeling returned. This time it wasn't toward a political opponent, but toward one of his generals. The army was large, resources were available, yet decisions kept being delayed. And with every delay, pressure gathered on Lincoln's desk. Some nights, he sat alone and wrote a long letter. No sarcasm, no diplomacy, just the frustration of someone who had waited too long. Every sentence was justified. Every word accurately reflected what he felt. When he finished, it felt like everything that needed to be said had finally been said. But the letter was never sent. Not because Lincoln changed his mind about its content, but because he realized that sending it would bring him immediate relief. And the other man would carry the wound for much longer, while the relationship itself might never fully recover. The letter stayed in a drawer. No one read it. No one knew. But that moment of not sending it revealed that something had shifted. Lincoln didn't eliminate anger. He simply refused to let it make decisions for him. The same structure appeared in how he worked with people. Instead of removing those who made him uncomfortable, Lincoln kept them close. He worked alongside those who opposed him, doubted him, and voiced what he didn't want to hear, not because it felt good, but because he understood that surrounding yourself only with agreeable people keeps you reacting within a safe, unchallenged zone. Staying with difficult people forced him to do something harder, to listen without responding immediately, to sit with the feeling of being challenged without turning it into criticism. It was the same choice he had made with the unsent letters. You encounter these moments too. Messages typed and deleted, emails written but never sent, remarks waiting to be released. The question isn't whether you're right. It's whether you're speaking to repair something or simply to quiet the discomfort inside you. Lincoln didn't grow stronger by eliminating discomfort. He grew stronger by refusing to let discomfort decide for him. Most people react quickly not because they're wise, but because they can't tolerate waiting. And once you notice that boundary, many things once called decisiveness begin to look very different. If you recognized yourself in those letters that were never sent, this series may be touching something you've lived with for a long time, without ever naming it. If you'd like to continue exploring the inner structures behind human behavior through small moments with real consequences, stay with Top English Stories. We won't rush.